morning. It's a Thursday. It's Oris and James.
Yeah, good morning, Lagos. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning
morning, Lagos.
and
Good morning,
Uh,
welcome.
everybody. Yeah.
hi, President Zibby. Good morning. And hi, James.
Hey,
The pundit has arrived.
the what?
The pundit has arrived, James. The pundit has
James the
arrived, and I don't
pundit.
mean you. I mean
What
me.
does that even mean?
Oh,
Zibby, do you understand what he's talking about?
he's the pundit. He's saying, you know who you are, but you ain't a pundit. That's what he's trying to say.
All
Like he's
right.
taking swipes at you already, and we just
No,
started.
that's not. I don't.
James,
I
are you
don't
gonna
consider that
take
a
this?
swipe. No, I don't consider that a swipe. That's what I'm saying. It's a dry joke. Me, I know. I'm like a co-host. Like a co-host. So you know,
Oh wow. Wow.
I'm a
Did you just
veteran on
hear
this
that?
show.
He
Yeah.
said it's a dry joke. Or
Yeah.
is he trying to say you're dry? And dry means boring.
No, it's just no.
Yeah.
It's a problem of limited vocabulary. So that's I won't. I won't address that. I won't address that.
Oh wow. Okay. Let me end it here so
Wow.
that we don't come to
No.
blows.
He spoke class. See his Panama. That is cap that looks like bicycle for Papa Jasco. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, Zibby, let's go on. Let's go on.
Because you took the last shot, okay, I'll
Yeah.
end it here. It's a draw
All
on
right.
both parties. We'll settle
No,
after
it's
the
not a
show.
draw. No. I won. I
Okay.
won.
Do you agree, Oris?
I won't even bother. I mean, there's no need to fight somebody with a limited vocabulary,
That's
so
it.
it's fine. He can take his win. He can take his win.
Zibby, go on. He has nothing.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the Grapevine. It's Oris, James, and Zibby. It's all about entertainment this morning. And as always, we want you to be a part of the conversation. The WhatsApp number is 0809 4440981. And you can also tweet at Smooth981. We're streaming live as well. It's up on our YouTube channel, Smooth981. So you can catch the live stream and you can also post a comment on there. Cruz welcomes you all. He says, James and Oris, with a
Yeah, Cruz,
lot
what's
of
up?
smileys. I can see the love one. I can see a bottle of something bubbly and good. And I can also see two of shock and disbelief. All right, let's get into the conversation. Now, Don Jazzy has announced Era Star's new album, and this is coming amidst all the social media feuds, drama, battle, beefs, whatever we're going to call it.
Battle.
Oris?
I mean, I think this is what a label head does, which is like promote your artists, and at least in the meantime, ignore the what do you even call it more? Ignore the troublemaker in the room, And you know what? We have something to push, and we are going to push what we have to push, as opposed to like address any other matters. Which of course everybody knows that the matter that's trending at least for the past 3 or 4 days has been Wizkid's. I'm not sure what's happening with Wizkid. Wizkid's midlife crisis, where he feels like he has a need to like attack a few people. But of course, Don Jazzy being the bigger guy, I think has always okay. To be fair, Don Jazzy has always tried to be the bigger person. He hasn't always succeeded. Like the time at the head is where they had that thing with Olamide. But I think that yes, if you have an artist coming out, I think generally speaking, you should be trying to push that artist as opposed to like addressing anything. He doesn't want a distraction. Let's focus on the fact that this young woman has an album coming out and let's get the most traction we can for her. It's a good strategy from a boss, frankly. And this probably reflects badly on Wizkid because I wonder Wizkid hasn't actually had any artist come from him that has been anywhere close to success, has had any sort of success at all. So it means that something that is doing is right and something Wizkid is doing isn't quite right. So this kind of point, it puts the entire thing they have like on a very interesting scale where a person who has something to push for his artist is focusing on that. The person who is, of course, in this for himself is attacking other people. So yeah, I think it's a pretty decent balance.
James, I'm curious about this. Do
Yeah.
you think the timing of this album release is suspicious? Some people believe that all the furor on social media is part of a well-organized and executed publicity stunt.
So this one might not be a publicity stunt as in the case of Arasta putting out an album right now. The Arasta album has been in the works and was actually, scheduled to be released as at when it will be released eventually. Do you understand? But let's also go back to the roots of this whole beef thing that we're talking about. And by the way, social media has been quite boring and quiet, for a minute, But the actual person that started this whole conversation was Ladipo, all right, who tweeted that a certain Afrobeat artist who said hip hop was dead is now the one looking at the rappers, flourishing or still doing their thing, or who are still here till now. And that's where Whiskey Down said, I'm not going to have to answer an artist who is signed by an influencer. And I mean, in quotes, let's just agree that yes, so Don Jazzy is an influencer, but man, nobody has done it as good as Don Jazzy over the years, So it's okay if you call him an influencer. I don't think it's a big deal. All of this whole fiasco is not a big deal. However, when it comes to the matter of, I think where it now pulled in Davido is the whole posting that video, because Whiskey Down thought that okay, he decided to say, oh, people should, that his fans or people will have to beg him to release a record. And then he puts a video of a very vulnerable video, I'll say, of Davido where he was kneeling and begging. I don't know what exactly that video was or how that video, but I know that it was one of these situations where one of the girls from one of the American girls posted it, saying this person is the person you guys are trolling me for. I mean, that's a different story. But that video, once anything comes online, I feel like it just sticks. It stays there. People have saved it. It's going to be a meme. It's going to be whatever for a very long time. And that was what Wizkid went for. And he posted and say, this is how you all are going to beg me to before I release music. And that's how the shots were fired at Davido, and Davido too. Yeah, Davido, lost it. That video, like I said, is a very vulnerable video. That's not a video you want to see yourself.
Wait, what was he begging? Like, who was he begging?
So that video, like I said, we're not very sure of the context of that video, but it was released by a girl, one of the girls who David allegedly had stuff to do with. Do you understand?
Oh.
And yeah, so I don't know what he was begging for, but it looks like maybe one of the shenanigans that would have gone viral or come out to the public, and he's begging not to post or not to make note about it. So something like that, because I don't know how else to explain that video where David was begging. I was thinking about my knees and begging you, and that kind of thing. So of course, shots were fired every here and there, and it affected some people. But one of the things, like Oris has said right now, is for a Don Jazzy, who's a very smart businessman. Yes, attention is on him. People want to hear what he has to say. And you see, when he's posted that, Arasta's album is coming and everything, that's exactly what people have. Everybody has seen it. That's why we're talking about it right now. Do you understand?
Right.
For Wizkid on his own part, I think Wizkid is just in the face, or he's just in his feelings. Sometimes I feel like these guys, they just stay and make a move and just laugh over it, and just that's the feeling that he wants, because he woke up the next day and still continued. But I don't think it's a big deal. I just think it's just all social media cruise and social media fun. They might not be friends for a bit, but
James,
it's not a big deal. Yeah.
How can you say? It's not a big deal? I think from Wizkid, maybe not a big deal. From people who are at the receiving end of those insults, I think it's kind of a big deal. Frankly, I'm not sure that Don Jazzy received being referred to as an influencer very nicely in his house. I'm not sure Davido saw that video and was happy in his house.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Don Jazzy, I don't think John Jazzy would take that serious. Like, they called him an influencer. Let's be serious. Don Jazzy right now is like an influencer. Even you can call Don Jazzy a blogger. These days, go to his page. What do you see? It's open to people to collaborate with him. If you have a skit, collaborate, he will post it. Whatever it is, that's not even I don't think it's an insult to call you an influencer. Don Jazzy is influencing the generation.
James, but to be fair, when people think of influencers, they think of people who have no stable jobs, no skills, no talent. That's what an influencer. That's how people.
That's what people
are perceived.
Think. I understand.
Yes,
I understand.
And that's how Wizkid intended it to sound. Let's not make it look like he intended to sound like somebody who is respectable. He intended to sound like it's a respectful thing to do. That's exactly what it was. So it doesn't matter what the word is. The intentions matter, James.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. That he took that shot because of what Ladipo said, and he doesn't want to talk to Ladipo. He's giving it straight to Don Jazzy. And I still don't think that Don Jazzy will take it personal, will be mad at it, or care.
Well, Don
Because
Jazzy
right
did
now,
unfollow Whiskey, didn't he? Because I remember seeing that.
Exactly, he did. So I don't know why James is making it sound like it's not
no,
something
I'm
that
not.
you think he's happy to hear
I
that.
no, I understand that. I'm still saying that I understand that Wizkid crossed the line by calling out Don Jazzy in that sense, but I don't think that Don Jazzy is sitting down and is upset, and right now he's thinking about the fact that because, like I said, the attention that he has gotten from this thing
So
has
he's
made
turning,
it
he's like making lemonade from the lemons
taking
that Whiskey
advantage of it.
threw
That's
at
what I'm
him.
saying. Call
Exactly.
me an influencer.
Yes.
But who will argue? Let me tell you, it's like somebody saying, calling, if you call somebody a name that, of course, when you look at Don Jazzy and the things he has achieved in Africa globally, I don't know why, I don't think that me, if I'm a Don Jazzy, will be moved by the fact that somebody called me and says, like saying, somebody, like when we're young and somebody say, your mother. Like, I'm looking at you like, your mother, so what? Do you understand? I understand that it has come off as disrespectful, but you see, for me, if I'm in Don Jazzy's shoes, what Don Jazzy is doing right now is what I'm just going to keep doing. Put out the music for my artists. At the end of the day, do you understand? My work will keep talking for me. I will not come and sit down over petty things. That's like majoring in minor. Somebody say I'm an influencer. Okay, what else? Do you understand? But look at but when it comes to the video, the fact that the conversation did not concern the video in any way, and then you post a video of Davido telling people beg me like this. This is at a point where Davido thinks that you guys are supposed to be cool now. Last summer or last the Christmas or so, they were together, they hung out together. Um, they even told people that they might be doing the tour together. Do you understand? So it would have looked like a thoughtful, or I mean, like a hopeful situation for their friendship or their, acquaintance. But now you go ahead and do this, man. That means,
Okay.
yo,
I want
one
to ask
enemy.
something. Oris, you spoke about Don Jazzy being the bigger person. And I'm curious about this because people always expect people to be the bigger person. I've been the bigger person for so many years, but these days I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, come, let's be small together. Right?
Zibby, come on,
I'm
man.
serious.
All my life for Oris, I've been a bigger person. I've been chilled.
You're attacking
You're
this
laughing.
morning, and
I'm
yet you're
serious.
attacking this bigger
I've been
person.
chilled.
James, sit down in your house. Just sit down there. Just sit down and eat rice. And eat jollof rice because
But is
anyway,
there ever,
Zibi,
yeah,
what's
is
the
there a
question?
point where, celebrity or influencer or record exec, whatever, is there a point where you say, look, I'm tired of being the bigger person. Let's get in this mode together so I can drown you and step out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that a person of Don Jazzy's standing really has that. I don't think he does him any favors, frankly. A Davido and a Whiskey, they're exactly on the same level. Two big artists, that's fine. Don Jazzy is kind of bigger than artistry, to be honest. The man is a businessman. He's, in quote, an influencer. He's a record label owner. He's had like two successful, in quote, companies, more hits, and now he has Maven. So there is a little bit too much. It's kind of like expecting an Ilumelu, the UBA person, to respond to an
Let's not
MD,
call
not
any
maybe not
other
an MD.
let's not call any other brands. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anyway, yes, but yes, of some other random financial institution, for instance. I feel like you would have to think about it like, okay, do I really have to respond to somebody of this level? So I don't think I think after a certain stage, you can't really go and get into the mud anymore. It doesn't feel right, frankly. So I think that's the point where Dojazi is now. Davido, on the other hand, he can afford to enter inside the mud with Whiskey and drown him, and that's entirely fine. But I don't think that. I think Dojazi is a little bit too big. He's older, He's a lot more. He comes off as more mature. He's a business person. He owns, technically speaking, he owns somebody like, if you say TY is like one of the big 10 artists in Nigeria, the same way as Wizkid, he's kind of worked with her on a label owner level and an artist level. So there are too many gaps that it doesn't make sense for somebody like that to get into a kind of feud with somebody like Wizkid. It seems a little ridiculous, frankly. So unfortunately, that's what I think. It won't quite work. Now, Davido, on the other hand, or Burna Boy, as we all know, those ones can always do what they are doing. But I don't think
They're rolling
anymore that they're
around
going
in
to
it.
have participate. Exactly. Yes, they
Okay.
can roll, you get? So that they can't roll anymore. So let's just let it go.
Okay, let's see what Taya says. Taya says, if this is a publicity stunt, then it's in poor taste and fashion. The context of the video is very suggestive. He wanted her to recharge his phone. Ooh. Whiskey's situation is a cry for help. He can also be made vulnerable. Don Jazzy's human. Now pressure they burst pipe. Respect begets respect. All right, do stay with us. We'll continue the conversation on the other side. It's the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Oh my days.
Zibby,
That's what he
Zibby,
was
Zibby,
begging for, yeah?
Zibby, if you, I'm not sure if you have younger siblings, but if you did have a younger sibling,
Yeah.
and one of his or her friends said something unkind to you, I don't think that you kind of have the. If I see you and the person fighting on the road one day, I'll be like, "What is wrong with Zibby?" You
Mama,
understand? I think
yeah.
I think that's how I think. That's how I think about Don Jazzy and Whiskey. Like this person is your younger. It doesn't make sense for you to be dragging matters with this guy.
That's true,
That's
actually.
what I think.
That's true. That's true.
But if James now
Also,
wants to come and
do you know how
insult
much
you and
Don
I see
Jazzy
you
has?
fighting James on the
You know,
road,
it's not part of
I'll
his
be like,
company.
hey,
Do you know
they're
how much he has?
equals.
You now come and be,
Fight James.
Oh my
you
God.
know, you
All
now
right,
come and
we're coming
be,
back on.
yeah.
You're listening to the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1, 8:32 a.m. Let us know your thoughts. 0809 4440981. That is the WhatsApp number. You can also tweet at Smooth981. We're streaming live on our YouTube channel as well, so you can catch that. It's Smooth981. Don't forget to subscribe. Burna Boy, and amazingly, Burna Boy is not fighting or returning shade or throwing shade at anyone. Yay, life is beautiful. Burna Boy has set a new African record for the highest grossing venue in the US.
You see, that man is really. I know everybody calls David 001, but really, or maybe we have to call Burna Boy 0 half because it looks to me like globally or internationally that man comes before everybody else right there, right here, right now, across the continent, and within Nigeria as well. So all I can say is, I mean, heavy, big congratulations to him. It's a shame that he hasn't always reflected, his behavior hasn't always reflected his position, as the person who is ahead of the pack. That's the only thing. But musically, his achievements, I don't know that anybody can argue anymore. I was making a point to a friend of mine the other day that if you take away Fela's musical artistry, I really don't think anybody of a Nigerian, who is Nigerian, not Sade and Seal, of course, people who are fully Nigerian. I don't think anybody, frankly, can compare achievements to Burna's. I don't think there's a single artist ever in the history of Nigeria that can compare their musical achievements, financially, especially commercially, to what Burna Boy has achieved over, the course of, 9, 10 years. There's not a single person. So Fela is the only person who could have, but Fela's own greatness lies heavily in his artistry. Incredible songwriter, wonderful musician. But if you take that away and you say, hey, let's discuss numbers, let's discuss commercial viability, let's discuss concepts, let's discuss Grammys, all of the things people use to judge pop music. Frankly, Burna Boy is like way, way ahead of everybody else, both in history and in contemporary times. So yeah, so congrats to the man. I just wish that, yes, knowing that he is this big, he spent a little bit more time trying to ginger up the scene he belongs to, as opposed to getting into all of these petty squabbles with people that, frankly, he's kind of ahead of right now.
James?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think everything Oris said, and it's actually interesting, because the
You're muted, James. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, so I was saying in the midst of all of these things,
Again, you're muted.
This is what happens when you attack Oris in the morning. Karma comes for you.
No, somebody keeps calling my phone. Somebody keeps calling
hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody keeps calling my phone. So I'm trying to say that, yes, everything always said, and it's interesting that this time around, Burna Boy is not actually, nobody has called him, nobody has drawn him into this whole fiasco, nobody, has mentioned him. And even at that, I think this he will be sitting looking at them and laughing heavily and saying that oh yes, at least it's time for them to fight themselves and everything. It's not he's not drawn in this all of this whole drama. So and that's a good thing for him right now. He's focused on his work. It's only that he just focuses on greatness because Burna Boy 2 doesn't play. Because if you pull him in, look, I don't know if any of you noticed what happened to Timaya the very day this thing started. Somebody from his team posted
Yes.
that
I saw that.
that industry wars or something. Yeah, and he was really pissed at it so much that he posted the guy's picture, wrote something there. But the funny thing is that tweet, he did not delete it because that tweet he had over 1.4 million engagements or 1.4 million views.
See, I have a
So why did you
view
not
on
delete
that.
it if you were that
I
mad
do
at-
feel like Timaya
Yeah.
did that on purpose. I am not falling for that story of some nameless guy
I
that is
agree
his staff. I feel like
with you.
Timaya
That's why he did not delete
wanted
it. That's why I
that.
feel like he did not
He
delete it.
wanted a piece of the pie. He definitely did. That's what I think, though. Let's look at some of the messages we have coming through. Taya says, Burna Boy's phone is with management. Congrats to him. Saint Fajo says, I hope Burna maintains his standards and avoid all this social media drama. I love and appreciate his music, his diligence and intelligence. He's really feasting on a table of greatness. Bosun says, why did Don Jazzy insult his stage performance first? It's not as if any of his artists has better stage performance. Don't throw stones to a glass house. Wizkid is usually quiet until provoked. Okay, is there a backstory we don't know about? I've
Yes.
never. Oh, really?
Yes. So no, but I think it's kind of a stretch. So yesterday, yeah, I should have been yesterday. A video, someone posted a video showing Don Jazzy talking about how a particular artist, it was a clip, a particular artist performed for 2.5 hours, and the person did not need to pour water on anybody. So people interpreted that pouring water on somebody as a shade to Wizkid, who is somebody who is known for pouring water on his concert goers while performing. So, and this happened like months ago. So people are interpreting Wizkid's attack as a result of that particular statement that Don Jazzy made months back, that he was shading Wizkid. To be honest, I don't really see it, but you know how people who want to enforce a particular narrative will enforce it. So that's exactly what they said. So I'm sure that's what this listener is referring to. The fact that it looked like Don Jazzy threw shade at Wizkid months ago, and now Wizkid took a chance to like throw shade back at the man by calling him an influencer.
Talk about delayed response, though.
Well, and somebody also said that there's an ancient interview with Iblis, where Iblis said that when what's his name, Wizkid became successful and he wanted a particular track, Wizkid sent it to him without any real wahala, mostly because he said that when he was up and coming, Iblis's wife was working at some records at the time and treated him nicely. So Iblis was saying that Wizkid doesn't forget anybody who slept on him when he was beginning, and doesn't forget anybody who was also nice to him. So in that sense, so I'm just saying that I'm trying to explain something that people are putting together on social media, that you know what, Wizkid apparently doesn't forgive and doesn't forget. So if you do something wrong to the man, he will remember. So even if he doesn't address at that particular moment in time, he will probably find a chance somewhere in the future to kind of find a way to address it. So either it's positive or negatively. In this case, it is negative. But I don't really see the Don Jazzy thing. I don't really know, but this is what the internet FBI members are saying about Wizkid's outburst.
All right, let's see. Angel says, Oris deserves 10 bottles of bubbly for that comment on Burna Boy. Only thing I'll add is he needs to develop his character as well as he's developing his craft. All right, let's talk about, yes, more industry words in the words of Timaya, or his handler, alleged handler, his willy handler. All right, so Kendrick Lamar has taken a shot at Drake in a new song called Euphoria. These guys have had a bit of a back and forth for a few weeks now, and it seems like Kendrick so far is the latest to take a shot at Drake.
So I think even in America, the music or the hip hop scene has been quite quiet and boring. If it's I think one of the most fanciest or interesting thing in quote has been the pursuit for or the chase of Didi. But you see, outside that, the scene has been very, very boring. Matter of fact, it's almost as if Burna Boy has done more shows in America than any other American artist, you know.
Wow.
Just
That's
saying.
not fair.
But yes, it looks like it's been
That's not
boring.
fair.
It looks like it's been boring. So, but another thing is that I like it. I can't even lie. I like it. This is something that would have happened maybe some years back when they were even still very, very much at the peak of their careers. You know, because hip hop is a very, very competitive. I know. I mean, it applies to other genres, but when it comes to hip hop, it's a different ballgame. Especially when it comes to rap music, rappers or rapping is an intellectual sport, and the only way you can know who's better or who's best sometimes is not just by bare putting out music, it's also by taking swipes or taking jabs at each other. Now, when it comes to rap music, nothing goes under that. You cannot fly if you make any statement that suggests. Or don't forget that even while we're talking about all of these rappers, there's also the one of Quavo and what's his name?
Chris Brown.
Chris
Chris Brown.
at the other end. Do you understand? And somehow, even where it's pop music and everything, when it comes to Chris Brown, but it still falls under hip hop, basically, you know. Because I don't think people will call Chris Brown an R&B artist or just a bare pop artist, still like a hip hop artist, you know. So I think it's part of the sport of hip hop and rap music. So the only thing we always say is that is to keep it in the music, not outside. But half the time it's always been, or a lot of times, because nobody has trolled another person as much as 50 Cent. If
That is true.
yeah, if Tupac and Biggie went as far as 50 has done to any other person, I don't think 50 Cent would have been alive by now, you know. Just
You know,
saying.
it's a good
But
thing now that people have an outlet on social media. Because if there was social
yeah,
media back in the day, a lot of the rappers like, you know, B.I.G. and Pac would probably still be alive. So there's an outlet. Back then, because there wasn't an outlet, it was like, okay, let's go all out in the streets. But now it's
perhaps
the social media streets that's helping to settle the beefs. So
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's why you see, that's why what's his name? Davido and Wizkid are probably still fine. They can just stay as far as they can be
yeah.
and tweet at each other and the fans do everything they have to do. Because sometimes when you come out to the public, you really don't know who's an FC, Wizkid FC or Davido fan. You know, they all party together and nobody even knows who is who. But when it comes to Twitter or Instagram or social media generally, man, I don't know, man. It's
All
a
right.
rave, you know. It's a
See, we've
rave.
been talking about too much war. Let's talk about love. Let's make love and not war. Make
Yes,
love,
I'm
not
always
war.
for making love, Zibby. I'm always pro making love.
I know we
Hey,
can see
know your
those
voice, know your voice.
glasses. Those glasses look like they've gotten you a lot of game. All right, moving on.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. No further comments.
Wow.
So moving on to love. Cher is 77 years old, and in an interview, she was talking about she's dating a guy that's 38. Talk about being able to pull a younger man. I love it. Well, Cher says, look,
Of course you
you
do.
know, from way back, the older guys were intimidated by her because you know she is Cher. But she says the younger guys for some reason were always more confident about walking up to her. Now she says most of the older guys, of course, she's 77, are dead, but she's enjoying dating this young, some might say decent looking 38-year-old guy. Cougar alert.
I'm not
Let
going to
Oris
watch
speak.
it.
Oris,
This
this is Oris's territory. Go ahead, Oris.
Wait, are you saying what are you saying?
Now
I don't
it's
know
true.
what James means by that. What it means by my territory. I don't know if he has ever seen me with an older woman. I don't know what he means. But
Is that something
I
we
mean, I'm
don't
happy
know?
for her. Happy for her. We're in a time where there's a lot of emphasis on women doing things that men have historically done. And of course, we all are aware that, you know, historically, even right now, a lot of men fancy younger women. And it looks like younger women too don't mind older men. So, I mean, good luck to Cher to being able to pull somebody significantly younger. But of course, we would have to see how long this lasts. I think that's usually the test of love, at least in the public spaces. Like, okay, how long did you guys stay for? Of course, in Hollywood, to be honest,
Yeah.
2 years like a lifetime.
Exactly.
So
And she's been with
maybe
this
we
guy
should
for
already
about
give
2
her
years
credit,
now.
But yeah, but let's see how long this this goes. Is it going to be till death does any of the well? I want to
Till
say
death
share,
do
but I
them
don't know.
parts.
So let that go. Anyway, fingers crossed, and let's see what happens. That's all I can say.
All right. Okay, let's see. Angel says, President Zibby, I see what you did with the bubbly. You're truly a smart woman. Thank you very much. Respect. You deserve more bubblies. And you know what? I'm gonna get a lot of bubbly this weekend. Okay.
Hey, Zibby, send the invitations, please, this way. James doesn't
I'll
attend this
pass it
stuff. I
on.
do.
Okay. Taya says Drake is just catching L's and it's not for want of trying. Everywhere he goes, brothers just catching strays. And what is interesting is Pusha T hasn't entered the beef conundrum. Thank God J. Cole pulled out. Otherwise, he would have lost himself. Man like Oris and making love are inseparable. Well done. The weekend is
Wow.
coming.
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
You are in trouble. You are in trouble. But you know what? I mean, I love seeing women like Cher who are able to pull younger guys. And it's weird, but I pull younger guys as well. And I like it because
No, but it depends.
President Zibby,
Wait,
tell us
when it comes to
more.
share,
Tell us more, please.
Oris,
See,
you see what I'm saying now? Can you see Oris? All these antennas
Oris is
have come up again. So what I'm saying, Oris, Zibby,
yes.
I think it's also about I don't know, I don't just say money or position, but sometimes it can be a game of pride for the younger guys who are dating older women. For the older
Right.
women, I mean, look at her position. She's
That's true.
plus
She
money
is
plus
Cher.
everything.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, what's her name? Mariah Carey had a situation like that, but I mean, not that the difference or the disparity wasn't that heavy. But look, 77, bro.
But the
I
thing
don't
is, she doesn't even look 77. Cher can
Yeah,
pass
that
for
is
a
true.
very
Yes.
hot 50-year-old.
yes, absolutely. But which is what makes it interesting. And like always said, it's a game that the older men have played for a very long time, even till date. I mean, when you look at someone like, I mean, no disrespect, but let me not call names anyway. But a lot of the older men, even in Nigeria, a lot of them have younger wives, younger girlfriends, and all of that. So, and it's an age-long tradition. No, I don't know if it's a tradition, but sometimes that's happened everywhere. But
It's culturally
abroad,
acceptable.
yeah, everywhere, it's fine as long as they are of, the age of consent and stuff. So, but I mean, it's what it is. And I mean, I'm happy for you if you're also attracted to younger people. I mean, shout out to you. It's okay. There's no shame in it.
Okay, let's see. Crew says Ra 77. Wow, I know she does not look 77. Taya says the wonders of modern medicine and surgery is a miracle to the affordable. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Cher definitely has some of the best doctors in Hollywood, but she also has great genes.
I'm sure.
That's for sure.
Yep.
All right. That is all the time that we have for the show this morning. Thanks for your messages. Thanks for listening. And special thanks to our analyst, Oris and James. And Oris's hat. We're not going to leave. Oris's hat's like the third analyst. He always makes an appearance. Yeah. You can catch Oris and James on YouTube. It's the James and Oris show on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right. So
And
when
it's
next are you inviting me?
on Twitter, by the way.
Catch Oris on Twitter and James
Yeah,
Silas.
and James Silas everywhere. In Twitter, it's supposed to be X now. I don't know why it's difficult. Just say Twitter anyway.
Sounds wrong.
It's been
X sounds
for
like
more than 10 years. How do you expect us to change it so soon, James?
Exactly.
It's so difficult to change.
We can't change it.
We're
so
human beings.
Twitter,
we're resistant to change.
Instagram. If you want to see what I look like in real life, Instagram, James Silas. Yes,
and James
thank
is
you for
wearing the
having us.
brightest yellow shirt I've ever seen in my life. Like it is
Absolutely.
so yellow.
I just want to blind Oris. I hope it works.
Up Nepal shirt. It's up Nepal shirt.
I'm telling you.
All right. Well, that is all the time that we have for the Grapevine this morning. Thanks for being with us. Stay tuned because we've got Lagos Stocks coming up from 9 a.m.
All right, Zibby.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, James.